Old School RuneScape is a massive game with thousands of activities to explore and 23 different skills to master. In this series, I want to answer one question. Is it possible to max an account without repeating any skilling methods? It'll take a lot of tenacity, a ton of research, and an unhealthy amount of time, but welcome to episode 6 of Gillinor's first Uniqueman. Welcome back, everyone. It's time for us to go do Black Knight's Fortress. This quest only has 3 item requirements, being a bronze med helm, an iron chain body, and a cabbage that is specifically not from Draenor Manor. I'm sure that a lot of you have done this quest before, but how many of you actually know why you can't use a cabbage from Draenor Manor specifically? If you don't know, you're in luck, because I'm going to tell you whether or not you want to hear it. Here are the 2 cabbages side by side, one from anywhere but Draenor Manor, and one specifically from Draenor Manor. Notice anything different? Some of you, especially the artists in the room, probably noticed that one of the cabbages is a slightly different color than the other. Let's just split them right down the middle and put them together real quick. A real Frankenstein of a cabbage over here. Turns out that these 2 cabbages actually have unique item IDs, so they're completely different from each other. In fact, the one from Draenor Manor actually behaves differently. Instead of just healing you for 1, it also boosts your defense by 1 or 2 depending on your base level. It also has a unique chat message when you eat it. The in-universe explanation for this is that, like everything in Draenor Manor, the cabbages are enchanted, making them taste better. Just another one of RuneScape's neat little things. After a quick conversation with Sir Amicvase, we are ready to go storm the Black Knight's Fortress. The game's also going to yell at me for not having a high enough combat level, but I just don't care. We don't actually have to kill anything here, we just have to survive. Speaking of survival, that right there is what we need to survive against, level 33 Black Knights. Fortunately, we don't need to take too many hits from them because we just need to hit this wall real quick, and now we're safe. There's a couple more between here and the destination, but they shouldn't cause us too many problems. Now we're going to eavesdrop on this conversation, and then head over to drop the cabbage in her cauldron. Excuse me? Door? Hello? Okay, that was a lot closer than it should have been. If I died doing this quest, I would probably have just deleted the account and called it a wrap. Now we just use the cabbage on the hole, being very cautious to not eat it, and we should be done. Let's get a report back. Ooh, hello. Yeah, sure, I'd be down for some pinball. 5 emeralds. Not sure if I'll have any use for those, but we'll see. And there's the quest complete. Another requirement for recruitment drive checked off our list. I'm going to go spend a little time working on Herblore. This skill has been a very interesting one to solve, and we're going to immediately start by doing something completely out of left field. We're going to head back to Karamja and start, but not finish, the Jungle Potion quest. The reason we're not going to finish it should be pretty obvious at this point. It gives us way too much experience for what we need. However, as part of the quest, we're going to need to get 4 unique herbs, specifically snakeweed, Ardrigal, C2 foil, Valencia moss, and it turns out I actually lied, there's a 5th, rogue's purse. Each of these are found in their grimy varieties, and give 2.5 experience for cleaning them. First up, we're going to go grab some snakeweed. As part of this process, I'm going to make sure I keep at least 3 clean ones, both for this quest and 2 in the far future. I probably should have brought some tick manipulation tools here, huh? I don't really know how much of a difference it's going to make, but I kind of just want to try it. Well, this should work in theory, but it seems to not really be doing much in practice considering my extremely low chance to find one in the first place, so it's just not really worth the extra effort. I'm just going to AFK it. Level 4 Herblore, that took a lot more time than I wanted it to. Off to the Ardrigal.
I see you, Zap. I see you. I see you.
There are a lot more harpy bugs here than I thought there were. I guess I'm gonna have to trap this one so I can actually search the palm tree. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's just try to get my stuff back and then figure out a plan. Okay, mission obtain our stuff is complete, and I think I know what the plan is moving forward. I guess I'm gonna have to trap this one so I can actually search the palm tree. Alright, I don't know if I'm just bad or if these things are actually just hard to trap for some reason. That would explain a lot. Alright, I've got one more idea before I have to go with the plan I would rather avoid. I guess I'm gonna have to trap this one so I can actually search the palm tree. Okay, it's trapped, at least for now, but that other swarm is now very close. And I'm also not going to be able to get to the tree without it becoming untrapped, I don't think. I think I'm going to have to go with the plan I would have really liked to avoid. I need to get 43 more of these things, and I just can't do that with these harpy bugs. So everybody say hello to my main account. And yes, I know, it's nothing impressive, I don't even have the zombie axe, but I've been pouring a lot more time into this account than I have my main recently, so call it the price of content creation. Anyway, the play here is pretty simple. I'm just going to have my main kill the harpy bugs so I don't have to worry about them. I didn't want to have to do this, but I can't really think of a better solution other than just dying over and over again. You know, I thought this whole multi-logging thing was going to feel really overwhelming, but it's actually not that bad. Obviously this is very simple when it comes to multi-logging, but I've never done it before. Oh no. Oh no no no.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Oh, yeah, aggro timers are a thing. Well, I made this a lot more complicated than it had to be. Alright, it's time to say goodbye to my main, I guess. Oh, I do want to do this, but it's probably going to reset my aggro, isn't it? Ah, screw it, I can always bring the main back. Gotta go with the mystery box, right? It could be anything, even 1000 GP. Ooh, a lamp. Do I even have the collection log slots to use this, though? This would be lamp number 3 because I used one during agility training off camera, and it looks like we do have enough. I'm just gonna slap that in Herblore to save me a bunch of time here, which means we're only gonna need 3 or 4 of these depending on if I have half an experience point or not.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Now that we've waited out the aggro timer again, I can just go grab these. And it looks like we did not have the half point of experience, so we will need 3 more of these. Well, 2 now. And there's level 5 Herblore off of Ardrigal. Let's drop this off and keep on chugging. Next up is the Ceto foil, which we get over here. Fortunately, these are way easier to get than the other two, so with a little bit of world hopping, we should be done rather quickly. I'm 99% sure there's no use for these outside of Jungle Potion, but I'm gonna keep a few extra because I'm paranoid. I also just noticed that they're staying on the ground between world hops. That's weird. Is it because they're quest items or something? Let me know in the comments if you know why that is, because I certainly don't. And there's level 6 Herblore. Once again, a little bit of world hopping is going to make this very quick. Level 7 Herblore, and we've got 1 more herb left. Unfortunately, it has much the same problem as the harpy bugs, but this time it's jokers. That said, this little corner over here should be safe, but I am going to have to search for them like I did the snakeweed, so this will take a hot second. I love Herblore. This is just awful. I'm gonna go insane doing this. We're not even a quarter of the way there! Someone please save me. You know what would make this suffering worth it? You hitting the subscribe button. Yes, you. Hit the subscribe button right now, please. This right here might be the most boring grind I've had to do so far, and that is including the Port Sarim jail. I love old school RuneScape. If you had asked me 2 years ago if I would spend 2 hours doing this for some silly YouTube content, I would have laughed in your face. Oh, how times have changed. I only need 3 more, please. Oh my god, finally. Level 8 Herblore. I can't hand this in right now because that'll finish the quest, so let's just get out of here. After that grind, I think I deserve just a little bit of a break from Herblore, so I'm going to take a little bit of a break by doing a much more engaging skill, Prayer. I've got a plan to get us up to 14 prayer, which is a little bit short of our 19 prayer goal, but before we start worrying about that, let's just see how far we get today. Every single method on my list is going to require bones or ashes, and that of course means we're going to have to be killing things, which again brings up the fact that I don't have that many weapons left to use. So before we get training, we're going to go on a little bit of a shopping spree. 1 bronze battle axe, 52 coins. 1 machete, 50 coins. 1 bronze 2-hander, 1 iron 2-hander, and 1 iron scimitar. 472 coins. Murdering innocent woodland creatures? Priceless. There are some things that money can't buy. For everything else, there's the Bank of Gielinor. After a little shopping spree, we've got 7 weapons to level with, starting with the iron longsword that we were using before. Our first quarry is wolves. As it turns out, wolf bones give less experience than regular bones for some reason. I have no idea why. In order to hit the next prayer level, we're going to need to bury 20 of these things, but I'm actually going to grab 11 extra on the way out. You'll see why later.
Playtime's over, Star Fox.
I unironically might not be ready for this. They're kinda kicking my ass. I mean, good for him, but like, ow? Okay, well that was far more difficult than I expected it to be, so let's just go somewhere else for now. Well, it looks like it's time for us to head back to our favorite place, Karamja. We can kill level 3 monkeys there which drop monkey bones, which are equivalent to regular bones in terms of experience. I've got these earmarked for slightly later levels, and we're gonna need 32 of them. Well, this is going quite slowly, but it's still better than the wolves. Oh. Hi. I mean, sure? Another ruby to add to the pile of gems. Ooh, an ensouled monkey head. I'm probably going to want these in the future, but to be completely honest, I'm not thinking that far ahead. Ooh, there's an imp up there. I need to kill those too. I need their ashes for prayer, but I also want to see if I can get the beads ahead of time.
Huh?
Really? And that's 20 attack. And we're also going to switch what we're training. I want to get a couple levels in strength so my max hit is higher than 1, and we have plenty of weapons left over at 20 attack, so we should be fine. And there's our first level in strength. I want to get this to 5, I think, because with a better weapon my max hit should be 2. And there's level 3 strength. I hit a 2! That is huge for the account! There's 4 strength, and we've hit the goal of level 5 strength. We are running out of weapons much faster than I wanted to. That is totally fine though, I haven't even started dipping into the steel tier yet. We've still got a lot of weapons left on the table. I think I'm gonna have a couple extra monkey bones by the time I go bank, but that's okay, I'll probably need them later. And that's all the monkey bones. Before I try to fight those wolves again, I'm gonna go imp hunting. I'm only gonna need 13 for the level that I'm using them for, but I might just keep killing them until I get the rest of the beads. A couple episodes ago I mentioned I've never seen so many imps in one place. I don't think I've ever seen 4 imps in the same spot. That's actually kind of nuts. Turns out that was not a coincidence. Apparently this area east of the Ardougne Monastery has the highest imp spawn count of anywhere in the game. It's got 12 of them and they're all really close together. The second highest spawn count is west of the Tithe Farm with 10, but they're much more spread apart. And there's our red bead, just 2 left to go, and also 21 attack. Another piece of burnt food to add to my collection. Well, thanks game, already got that one. Alright, that's all the ashes we're gonna need, and another bead. Let's go fight something else. And it's not gonna be the wolves just yet. Instead, we're gonna head over towards Mauritania. This area is home to level 6 bats, which drop bat bones. These are opposite of wolf bones in that they give slightly more experience than regular bones for some reason. But I mean, I'm not going to complain about that. We're going to need a total of 34 of these bones, which means we are going to need some more weapons. One of the best places I can think of to get new weapons is Varlamore. There's a shop there that sells spears, which I can't really get anywhere else right now, and there's also just a lot of really useful stuff over there for later. There are no requirements for getting there, and the quest doesn't provide any experience, so it's basically perfect for us. This should take very little time at all. Quest complete! You know, I really like this area. I haven't had as much time to check it out on my main as I've wanted to, but what I have done so far has been really enjoyable. If you haven't checked it out yourself yet, I highly recommend you do. Now that we've got some new weapons, let's go continue our bat murdering spree. Right off the bat, we've got level 22 attack, quickly followed by level 3 defense, level 4 defense. You know, I just realized if I'm going to be using steel weapons, I should probably start with the weakest ones first. We'll buy a steel axe and battle axe from Bob in Lumbridge, then take a jaunt over to Falador for a steel mace, and head over to the Dwarven Mines for a steel pickaxe. And back to the bats we go. So does this count as assault and battery? What is this dude doing cannoning bats? Oh, and he's gone. Attack level 23. Another random event. I've been getting a lot of these lately. That's another item for my collection log. I believe that should be enough bat bones. Now all that's left are the wolf bones, and we can finally start getting those prayer levels. But that's gonna have to wait until next time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed vicariously experiencing my suffering. If you did, leave a like or comment, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. Before I go, I'd like to give a massive thank you to my Ko-fi supporters, Miss Moss, Rosharon, and McJangle. And I'd also like to give a big thank you to my subscribers over on Twitch. The Alt, Okifer, Autumn Lux, Constant Moons, Big Mac 1897, Cat C Games, Bailey Liss, Marubur, Lix, and Synthesai. And to everyone, as always, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, an excellent rest of your week, and I will see you all next time.